Well, thank you. All right, we're going to go on the record in 2024 CR 2338B State versus Mariano Rendon. Could I have parties announced for the record?
Galloway and Jason Garion for the state.
Larry Lindquist for the defense with Mariano Randone, the defendant.
All right, in the court's understanding that there's been a verdict reached on punishment. This is what I'm going to tell everybody in the gallery. There's to be no shouting. There is to be no disruption. If there is, you're going to be asked to leave the courtroom. And the only time you will be brought back is if you are a witness. Does everyone understand? All right, let's bring the jurors in.
All right, for the jury.
All right. Everyone, please be seated. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's the court's understanding that you've reached a verdict as to punishment. Is that correct? And is that verdict unanimous? All right, if you'll pass the verdict form to Deputy Laura, please. Thank you. All right, if the defendant will please rise. The punishment reads as follows. We assess this punishment at confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice for a term of 3 years. There's to be no fine. And the defendant's application for community supervision be denied. You may be seated. Does anyone wish to have the jury polled?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the deputy will take you back to the jury room and I'll come and speak to you briefly. Everyone, please rise for the jurors. All right, Mr. Rendon, the court, having heard the jury's verdict on punishment, the court will follow the jury's verdict, which the court is obligated to do. So as previously stated, the jury found you guilty. The court will sentence you to 3 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. Are there any other conditions? Is there any type of restitution?
Yes, restitution to I believe we have an amount at 28,000.
I'm sorry, Pablo Rodriguez Salazar. And defense, if you would like to have a hearing on the restitution amount.
I would like to see the records and things like that, so I would request a restitution hearing.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, the restitution hearing as it relates to that, state how much time are you requesting?
Judge, I would request 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, just because I need to reach out and get the itemized bill for.
All right, the week of June 9th. All right, Ms. Ferguson, how many witnesses do you anticipate?
I believe I would just be off when it gets to the cop.
All right. Do y'all want June 9th? I can do.
Fine.
All right. Norma, this is coming back on June 9th, and it's just strictly for the restitution hearing. Any other requests? All right. Any other requests, defense, with regards to sentencing?
No, Judge.
All right, Mr. Rendon, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yeah.
Did you understand it and sign it? You do have a right to appeal because this was a jury trial. But because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to your attorney. Do you understand? All right, you'll be taken into custody by the deputies to begin your time. They will put a hold on him. Ms. Ferguson, if you can make sure there's a hold in the system for him so that we can have the restitution hearing on June 9th.
And Your Honor, we have another case with him, so I would ask for one pretrial before we move that to the jury docket, because I'd like to discuss it with the state.
All right, we'll take that up on June 9th. All right, just give me one moment. Just one moment. All right, state who is given victim impact?
The victim named and great.
All right, you may proceed.
Understand. Impacted for the rest of our life. We've impacted Bob's life for the rest of his life. Mentally. United States. I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm gonna be the police. Many other victims that were out there and that were afraid to speak out, okay? They were afraid to speak out. Because it was not a safe haven. It was your capital. And you were the king in that capital. You were surrounded by your family. And you were the owner of the securities. Okay? So think about all those victims as well. If I can give them a little bit of justice, and I hope they see this, whoever's out there who were afraid to speak, I hope they get a little bit of justice. Little bit. Think about all the people you did. And at the end of the day, I still have a heart. Because you not only impacted my family, you impacted your own family with your actions. Think about it. You impacted 2 families.
Right, thank you. All right, everyone, the court is going to be in recess for 5 minutes and I'll be back. Do you need to speak with your client anymore, counsel?
No, I'll talk with him later at the jail, Judge.
All right, thank you.